close proximity with the events. When one is at close proximity with the events, as our colleagues from Hargeisa are, and I cannot blame them, the tendency would be confrontational, because there are daily events that compel one to be so. Those of us outside have the luxury not to engage in that. And therefore, no matter what party we support, we should be in a position to help constructive engagement that will contribute to the consensus which we all need. We, in NSM, remember how we benefited from that attitude. There were many times when things got very hot in the field, but delegations from branch abroad came to us and calmed our nerves and contributed in moving on and getting better solutions. Somaliland today is facing a lot of many interconnected and critical issues. We have to continue the search for recognition. We have to continue the democratization process. And of course, we have to continue the reconstruction and development of the country. All of these issues are interconnected, but the important thing which I want to point out is not only the search for solution to these issues, but the way we do it. The way we do it is equally important. So I hope that this convention, while I thank those who have been able to do it, that this convention will contribute to those efforts. And let's wish well for the future. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. Ibrahim Megag, Samater. By the way, Ibrahim welcomed me when I came to the States to develop higher education. And I want to let you know that my dad, when he was the Director General of the Ministry of Education, had helped Ibrahim go abroad. By the way, you're going to be cutting, this is a great thing. You've added a couple of other panels, so bear with us. We're going to cut it to maybe a little bit of time for the next session, but I think we're still on time. At this time, I would like to ask Mr. Ambassador Dave Sheef to say a few kind words about Somaliland.
You just made my speech for me. No choice. I have more formal remarks later, but I will share with you in more substantive. Just two very brief personal comments now. One, I'm very impressed with two things in particular about this convention. The first is that you really have very high-level, good representation from the government on the one hand and from the opposition on the other hand. And that's a real tribute to all of those concerned who, one, organized the event, and to those participants who came here to represent the government and the opposition. And this is not something that would always happen in a new developing African democracy. But I'm very pleased to see that it's a hallmark of this convention, and you all deserve a great deal of credit for that. The second observation is about the Somaliland diaspora itself. I've dealt with a fair number of African diasporas over the years, and I must say the Somaliland diaspora is the most unique of all of them. It is the most united that I have ever dealt with. It seemingly is the most committed to its homeland of any diaspora that I've ever dealt with. The fact that you have been able to put on this event, which is a terrific task to do. I have been involved in conferences myself over the years, and I've had a professional staff usually to organize them. I know how much work they are and how much they cost. And for this diaspora to be able to unite to the point of funding and organizing an event like this for people coming from around the world to Los Angeles is truly astounding. And I think you all
Thank you. The chairman was telling me to details, so thank you, Ambassador David Shin. No, also before I move on to the next panel member, I would like to recognize Peter Cole, and you can stand up, Peter. Peter is the member of Parliament of the Swedish Parliament. In the United States, Peter is not a member of the Parliament.
No, I'm not a member of Parliament, I'm a member of local government. And I want to convey the greetings of my member of Parliament who accompanied me during the presidential elections and who would have liked to be here, but she's involved in the Israel-Palestine question at the moment. So she couldn't be here and sent me here or asked me to report from this meeting. To be quite honest, we who are friends of Somaliland have been worried a little if the democratic development was losing impact. So we are very happy about this conference because I think this is the way to get it on its way again. And we hope to see the results of that on the 15th of September, where we are going to visit Somaliland again and hope to be just as impressed as we have been before on the first and second elections. And I wish you luck here in this conference, and I hope it will reach its destination. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Peter Cole. And Peter is a member of the Parliament, but we want to thank him. And could you pass our warm regards to your representative? We appreciate it. At this time, I would like Mr. Jim Giannis, a member of the Canadian Parliament, to say a few things. I'm not sure if I'm going to hit
the ceiling, eh?
Fellow panelists, I've seen you over the years a number of times, and it's indeed a great pleasure to be with you here today. But at this time, there's a saying where I come from, the priests or the imams, they have beards. So when they start blessing things, they first of all bless their beards. So if I don't recognize the folks that travel to Canada from Canada with me, I will be, I think, doing them a disservice, and probably they will be doing me a disservice before. So why don't I ask, I see Farah and a couple of other ones, why don't I ask the Canadians to stand up? Come on, stand up. Now, I know that later on I'm going to have some more formal remarks regarding campaign for recognition of Somaliland. But let me tell you one thing, that the Canadians, and I'm very proud of them, of Somaliland descent, have been aggressive, they've been diligent, and they've been doing good work. And I know that other Somalilanders outside Somaliland are also doing aggressively in campaigning. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm very proud of the work that the Somaliland community has done in Canada. I'm very proud to be connected with them and for them to call me a friend. They have been at the side, not only my side, but all the political sides, and they have aggressively voiced and brought the concerns of what is happening in that small part of the world to us time and time again, to the point where when we had visiting delegations, we had very powerful individuals that have met with leaders of your country. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure for me to be here today. I will be making some more formal remarks later on,
I am pleased to be a part of the panel, and I'm honored to have such esteemed folks up here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you, Jim, for the support of the quest for the recognition of Somaliland. And I would like to ask those Somalilanders in Canada that stood up a few minutes ago to induct him to be a member of the Somaliland community.
Oh, we're having a special caucus later on. So for those of you that are here, I need to speak to you.
So not only is he a Canadian, he's a Somalilander.
Yeah, indeed he is.
Yeah, at this time, I'd like Minister of Information of Somaliland, Abdullah and Jaal, to say a few words.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. And I think you all know why Edna is our foreign minister. She used to deliver babies, and we commissioned her back as a foreign minister in order to deliver a country. And in fact, she's doing a great job. And I think she, in my judgment, I think she's about to do that. Mr. Chairman, Madam Co-Chair, Honorable Minister, Honorable Ambassadors, Honorable leaders of Somaliland national political parties, members of Somaliland community in the States and North America, distinguished guests, friends of Somaliland, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm extremely delighted to be here with you this afternoon to participate in this unprecedented convention organized by the esteemed Institute, Somaliland Policy and Recognition Institute, as well as the Somaliland community. I would like to thank the organizers for making a reality this long-awaited convention to take this place in this great city of Los Angeles. Fellow brothers and sisters, you have succeeded in putting together such a great event under very trying circumstances. Congratulations, you did it, and congratulations.
Lights, please. Action.
I hope I'm not a bad omen. The organizers of this event have demonstrated their forward-thinking capacity. The government of Somaliland always welcomes constructive and fruitful conventions, workshops, symposiums such as this one. In addition, I would like to thank the sponsors of this convention who have contributed dearly, both logically and otherwise, logistically and otherwise, particularly the management of Daro Airlines. As well as the Somaliland communities throughout. Thank you, and you have contributed to a good cause. Will you please stand up, my great friend, Ola. How can I forget? The Hawala, we call it Hawala, the Habshil banking, hopefully banking industry. I hope there is someone from the Habshil. Here he is. Thank you very much. Those who do not thank to people do not even thank to God. Thank you very much. Furthermore, I would like to thank both Assemblyman Mervyn Dimely and Supervisor Ivan Gur, I hope I said it right, for encouraging and standing by this dynamic institute. The government of Somaliland takes note of your support. Thank you, and may God bless you both. I would like to thank also the true and dear friends of Somaliland, who at all times championed the cause of Somaliland without reservations. And it's a great honor for us to have among us Ambassador David Sheef and Mr. Iqbal Chahasbahai of South Africa and Peter Shaki Kool from the city of Samater from Sweden. It is worthwhile to mention a great dear friend, Ambassador Abdurrahim Abifar, who is here with us today. Ambassador Farah is a veteran, seasoned Somaliland diplomat who played a pivotal role in the dismantlement of what used to be called apartheid in Southern Africa. During his tenure at the United Nations as Under Secretary General for Special Political Questions and Chairman of the Apartheid Committee. Anti-Apartheid Committee. I was not aware of the fact that there is a Canadian delegation from Ottawa, or Canada, led by the Assemblyman, the parliamentarian. This was a great contingent, a great entourage. Thank you for bringing all your friends.
They brought me actually.
It is noteworthy really to mention a great friend of us who used to audit the SNM during the struggle. The chairman is here, former chairman is here, Ibrahim Samater is here, Bear Gill. Would you please stand up? The government of Somalia needs you to come there and put our accounts together. Well, thank you all, and the government of Somaliland and its people will treasure your friendships, all of you. Now that this is the opening session of this important event, I look forward participating all the deliberations during the course of the convention, and I'm extremely honored to be part of this historic event. Mr. Chairman, I guess I ought to stop right there until I'm called during the upcoming sessions. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Minister of Information, Abdullah Duale, for all those kind remarks and support. Yeah, the organizing committee of Somaliland Convention here in Los Angeles and throughout North America wishes to commend and thank the following companies and groups and individuals for their generous contributions to make this historic event a success. Dallo Airlines, as mentioned by the Minister, as a partner, the African Development Bank Group as a partner, Mustafa Chama as a premier sponsor, the Fire Enterprise from Djibouti as a premier sponsor, Yusuf Tani Company from Djibouti as a premier sponsor, the Red Sea Exchange Company as a premier sponsor, the Somaliland Forum as a sponsor, JAMA Saeed Saad as a donor, Amina Haji Adan as a donor, Amina Haji Adan as a donor. I would also like to thank Mr. Sam Corley as a donor, district sales of the Western United States for Dollar Airlines. All the sponsors, thank you for your commitment to promote the cause of our homeland, Somaliland. Congratulations for being a key sponsor to this memorable convention. Somaliland convention organizers also like to thank all the sponsors, individual sponsors that contributed their hard-earned dollars as well as their time and effort. We want to thank you all. And also, I'd like to thank for the panelists, not exceeding their allotted time. Yeah, at this time, I would like Saeed Musa Umar to come forward to the podium and recite the Somaliland poet. By the way, this poet is in English. Indeed.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor and a privilege to have this opportunity in such a wonderful venue amongst committed Somalilanders, Somaliland leadership, as well as good friends of Somaliland, to share with you a poem of mine that is a part lament, a part celebration. It's a lament in that it reflects the justifiable frustration and anguish Somaliland feels for not getting the formal recognition it duly deserves. And I hope in the very near future it will attain such a status that it deserves. It's also a celebration in that it is the expression of Somaliland's undeniable spirit of resiliency, the will to survive. The will to survive, to be true to its own value, which is honest soul and goodwill. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here is the poem, and I hope you guys would like it. I walk on empty, alone every morning. Of my wealth, there is but a quart of milk and a few kernels of corn. Alone, in silence, my heart sings. Of my orchard, there are but wild cactus and a shrub of brittle stakes. Alone at the wayside, I wander and wait, with heart steel that refuse to be raved, with the world listen as the world care. From behind the shadow, a tyrant sigh, wither away in solitude cry. Over at the ivory tower, the high stroll, oblivious humming the virtue of freedom, and at times democracy he rolls.